All right, guys, so here we go again. Trump is out there, yet again, promising that he's going to try to steal the 2024 election. And of course, if he loses, he won't accept it. He'll say he won, and he'll raise hell. So he just posted this the other day. Let's go through it here. He says the following. Cease and desist. I, together with many attorneys and legal scholars, am watching the sanctity of the 2024 presidential election very closely because I know, better than most, the rampant cheating and skullduggery that has taken place by the Democrats in the 2020 presidential election. It was a disgrace to our nation. Therefore, the 2024 election, where votes have just started being cast, will be under the closest professional scrutiny, and when I win, those people that cheated will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences so that this depravity of justice does not happen again. We cannot let our country further devolve into a third world nation, and we won't. Please be aware that this legal exposure extends to lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt election officials. Those involved in unscrupulous behavior will be sought out, caught, and prosecuted at levels, unfortunately, never seen before in our country. So, very clearly doing this, like, poll watcher thing, where it's like, hey, everybody, if you see something, say something. And of course, their idea of see something, say something is, oh, look, a black person is voting, or a Mexican is voting. Maybe the Mexican is illegal. Maybe the black person is committing voter fraud. Saying very clear, I'll lock people up. And he says, when I win. In other words, if I lose, it is not legitimate. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. I don't know why this isn't a bigger deal. He already tried to overthrow the 2020 election. He did the fraudulent elector slate. We had January 6th. He tried to make it so they wouldn't certify Joe Biden. He already did all this. We know it's in him. We know it's in him. Now he's saying again, I'm going to do whatever I can to overthrow it this time if I lose. And everybody's just, you don't see how fucking dangerous this is? You don't see how dangerous this is? I got another one for you. An interview by Tucker Carlson of an election expert indicates that 20% of the mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania are fraudulent. Here we go again. Where's the U.S. Attorney General and FBI to investigate? Where's the Pennsylvania Republican Party? We will win Pennsylvania by a lot, unless the Dems are allowed to cheat. The RNC must activate now. In other words, he wants to do lawfare. He accuses his opponents of doing lawfare against him. Not true. All the cases against him are based on evidence, based on things he actually did. But he, unironically, wants to do lawfare against the other side. He wants the RNC to start suing. Look, there's the video of Ken Paxton from Texas basically admitting to Steve Bannon. Not basically. He did just admit it. That Trump would have lost in Texas in 2020 if I didn't do what I did, which is purge the voter rolls and rig it up front, so that we stop the undesirables from voting. Okay? He admitted, I stole Texas for Trump. These guys say these things out loud, man. They say these things out loud as if, you know, like, well, when we cheat, it's okay, because we're going to say it's not cheating when we cheat. And here's Trump. Guys, all of the, they're going to steal it, they're going to stop it, oh my God, look at all the wrong things they're doing. That's his way of priming you for when he actually tries to steal it, when he tries to do another coup. No, I didn't. They stole it. I'm just trying to correct the record. But there's no fucking evidence they're doing anything wrong. There were 60 court cases, more than that, in 2020, and you lost virtually every single one of them. We had the Arizona audit where they crunched the numbers again and found out not only did Trump lose, he lost by more than what we thought he lost by on election day. The idea of voter fraud, they've done countless studies into this, and every single time it's super fucking negligible. There's like, for tens of millions or hundreds of millions of votes cast, there's like less than 1,000 instances of voter fraud, and most of those are like a mistake where they didn't realize, right? What are we talking about here? And again, nobody's really talking about this. This doesn't come up. Like, look, the only thing we can hang our hat on in this moment is that he's not currently in the White House. He's not in the White House. So he feels like, you know, I'm on the outside looking in, so I can only do so much. When he was in there, you know they had the conversations about seizing voting machines. You know he tried to get the DOJ to send out fake letters to the states telling them, hey, say that there's fraud in this election, etc. Now on the outside, what's he going to do? Well, he can still usher his people and say, let's do a riot or let's show up somewhere or intimidate voters, etc. That's what we need to fear in this instance. And by the way, the most important point, and again, I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. You have 70 officials that are hardcore MAGA who are in positions of power and authority vis-a-vis certifying the election in the various states. And they're going to try to say, if Kamala wins a swing state, but you got Trump people on the board, they're going to try to say, no, she didn't. We think this is fraudulent. We are moving towards a constitutional crisis at record pace. And everybody's just acting like, you know, hey, another election. This isn't just another election. He's telling you all this horrible stuff is going to happen. And he's going to make it happen. And all this stuff, 20% of the mail-in ballots. Nonsense. Guys, go back and watch the 2020 election. I was live with Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon. We were doing live coverage of it. And before the votes started rolling in, I told them, hey guys, just so you know, a very likely scenario is this thing called the red mirage. What the red mirage means is it's going to look like when they first start counting the ballots, it's going to look like Trump is going to win, right? Because in most places, the ballots that are cast on that day get counted first, on election day. Well, Trump has been downplaying mail-in ballots, saying don't do it, saying vote on election day. So it's going to be overwhelmingly more Republican votes on the day of. But once the mail-in votes start coming in second, what you're going to see is it looks like Trump has these big leads, and they're going to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. And ultimately, it'll be, if Trump wins, he wins by a little bit. If Biden wins, he's going to win, the numbers will come in later, right? And what happened? Of course, they took this thing that we all knew was going to happen if you follow the process, and they said, they stole it. All these vote dumps in the middle of the night, they stole it. We were leading by a lot, and then we lost. And it's like, yeah, because that's the red mirage scenario. You count the day of things first, and then afterwards, you count the mail-in votes. And of course, the mail-in votes were going to skew Democratic. The Democrats tell people to vote mail, and you say don't do it. So, and again, it's the same bullshit, man. I can't deal with this. This guy's got to go. He's got to go. He's an authoritarian. He's a threat to the country. He's broadcasting he's a threat. And everybody acts like, it's Trump being Trump. It's fucking dangerous, bro. This is dangerous. They should have started the legal cases against him way earlier to get him off the field because he's committed so many crimes and he gets away with it. And he's promising to do those same goddamn crimes. This guy is not going to change. It's just not going to happen. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.